All right. I think you should be able to hear me now. If someone can say in the chat that that I'm not just talking to myself, that'd be great. But welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are here for a playthrough of Volkare's Return, with our hero for today being Wolfhawk. So I am going to just start shuffling some things and then kind of talk through setup a little bit. Again, we have our units on the bottom left of the screen. I'm shuffling up the regular unit deck right now, so I'll put them back here. Since we're starting the game, we have no core tiles in play. We won't, obviously. I'm going to put four regular units out right now. Again, solo conquest, you only have three, but in Volkare's Return, you do have four. I'm going to shuffle up the elite units. Again, elite units start coming into play once you get a core tile on the board, which will be probably sometime in the second day. And then we'll roll our dice. Again, nice thing, Volkare's Return, Volkare's Quest. I feel like the whole Lost Legion expansion, they really try to give more variety and more choice to the player. So you have four dice instead of just the three in Solo Conquest, because again, Volkare counts as another player. So it's you plus Volkare plus two. I have my D deck here, which I will shuffle up. So this is Wolfhawk's 16 cards, 4 of each of the basic colors. And then what I have sprayed out in front of me here is the deck for Volkare. Now, on Volkare's Return, I'm going to play on the fair setting as far as tempo. And what that means is there's going to be 18 wound cards in here. And then I have Brave Alar's cards in here, because you just need any other D deck from any of the other heroes. And plus the four cooperative skills, competitive skills, spells, not skills, are also in here. So one of each of the colors there. So that in total is 38 cards. So I'll shuffle this up so we can get this off to the side. And that will be good. So we have all our terrains. I'm going to shuffle up the spells, see what our initial spell offer is going to be. This official spell offer is going to be Whirlwind, which is a good white spell. We have Fireball, really like that. And then up top, it's going to be hidden by my ugly mug for a second. We have Offering. We'll put that there. And then we have our advanced action deck. Shuffling these. Our starting advanced action offer is going to be Ambush, Mana Storm, and Frost Bridge. Not enamored with any of those all that much, but hey, welcome Wayne. Thanks for coming in, man. So yeah, anyone who doesn't know how these things work, with me, my wife Sarah is gracious enough to man the chat, or woman in the chat. She is fantastic, so everyone would be very nice to her. And I'm also going to go ahead with setup here, and I'm shuffling the artifact deck. You'll notice there should be less of a glare issue. Also should be less of an audio issue. Obviously, not counting the severe mistake I made last week in my playthrough of Robinson Crusoe. I know there was some weird sound the first Mage Knight playthrough I did as a live playthrough, and what I realized it was just the air conditioner. When the AC clicked on, it made the audio a little bit worse. So we have the AC unit turned off for a couple of hours here, which is fine. So I just shuffled my skills. I need to get the skills of another player. So here are the other 6 heroes that are not in play. So I'm just going to shuffle. I'm going to roll this die and see who I'm going to get skills for. 4 would be Norowas. So while I'm here, a couple of people have asked how I store my Mage Knight game. So this would probably be a good time to do that. Let me get Norowas' skills before I forget what I was doing. So yeah, I have these little components. They work great to store the hero, all the shields. I usually have the skills in there too. I had them separate just to make them easy to get. The player token, and then the miniature. They work really well for all the 6 heroes, and then I just put those in the box. And then the other thing I use to store this game, just to make setup a lot quicker, is I use one of these card cases. And then in here I just store the cards sideways, because a lot of these card cases don't work for sleeve cards, but I store them sideways. It works just as well for me. So these are all the deed decks, and you see I put the each hero card in green just to make it easy to see where they're differentiated, and then I'll store the same other cards similarly here, like the wounds and the spells and the advanced actions, and then I have the man of the hour kind of in that little compartment there. So I'll bring Volkare out now. This is the shades of Tesla stuff, and then some of the components that are no longer necessary that were kind of replaced and augmented by the Lost Legion expansion. So that's how I store the game. Definitely works for me, but I mean ultimately everyone's different, right? So whatever works for you to get this game set up and put back away quick, just do that. But I am a big fan of the component boxes. There are links to a lot of the things that I use in the not my live playthroughs usually, but my recorded, like the Goldix video I put out 2 weeks ago. You can find links to a lot of the stuff, including the bags I use for my tokens. Again, setup, and having to stack 7 things of tokens was so annoying that I was happy to get these little bags. I think they were originally marketed for like wedding favors, but they work, and then I just drew on them. So that's just my goofy handwriting and artistic abilities or lack thereof. Let's get the terrain text set up. So again, usually when I play, there's 5 different core city tiles, but Volkare's camp is already starts on the board, so we just have the 4, 1 of each color. I will randomize this, and this will be the bottom of our terrain deck. I rolled a 4, so that's going to go there. Those will go out of play. We have the 6 core 9 not 9 non-city tiles. I'm not German. Well, I guess I am German, but that's another story. So there's our core city tile there, and now we just need our 7 terrain, or 7 countryside terrains, which I'm going to put on top here. So just randomize those a little bit. I don't know why I rolled a die because there's too many of them. So I'm just taking 7 off the top. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cool. So here's our terrain deck. I'll put this over here. And 2 of them are going to start in play. These cards are awesome. They're very, very helpful. So I keep that out just as a reminder of what's going on. And then again, these 2 tiles will start in play. So we have this one and this one. No monasteries. I know my fans are going to be upset, but this too shall pass. Let's get a couple of orcs on the board. We're going to put 1 on Volkare's camp tile. That is an orc war beast, or otherwise known as predator. And then we have catapults here, and we need a dragon, which I will never even go near, but hey, it's fun to put it on the board for thematic reasons. We got a fire dragon, and then we have our keep garrison that we're going to need here. So not a ton of exciting options on this starting arrangement, so I guess I'm going to the keep. That's about all she wrote, so I guess that makes some things a little simpler. Am I missing anything? Oh, the other thing I use for storage, these, if anyone who's played Scythe, these will look familiar. I bought a couple of boxes of these. I find them very useful for storage and then also use storing the game. So I just keep all my mana tokens and the mana dice in there, and then it actually closes quite well. So that's again the other thing I do, and I just throw that in the card case along with the cities and whatnot. So I think we're good. Everything is set up. I'm gonna draw my open hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what do we got? We got determination, we got tranquility, mana draw, crystallize, and swift reflexes. I only have 2 movement, and it's actually swiftness, which is a nice, a lot of variety with how that card can play. So I could use tranquility to draw a card, which isn't the worst idea ever. So the nice thing about Volkare's Quest and Volkare's Return is that you don't have to worry so much about, there's a card that you really like obviously Planning and Great Start are I think the 2 best tactics for a solo game of Mage Knight, right? I don't use the Right Moment that often, but Planning and Great Start are both excellent cards. When you play solo conquest, if you don't take a card and Volkare happens to take that card instead, you don't have access to it. But in Volkare's Quest, or I'm sorry, the dummy player takes that card, you don't have access to it. But in Volkare's Quest and Volkare's Return, if you don't take it, you will always have the option to take it next turn. Again, the real player always takes their tactic first. So I'm tempted to take, let me take planning. That way I can use crystallize, get a crystal right off the bat. I will definitely have more than 2 cards after my first turn, and then I'll save Great Star for next turn, next day, where it might be a little more helpful. Alright, so I'm going to roll to randomly select Volkare's. He rolls number 3. Number 3 is still available. Now again, it doesn't come out of the game like it might in Solo Conquest, or it would in Solo Conquest. Instead it just goes over there, and now he will go first. So I have our round order tokens, and I'll put them up here on the fame and the reputation track. So I have planning. I'll put that here so I don't forget. Since Volkare is first, we are going to peel the first card off of his deck, and he gets a wound. Now, I knew there's one thing I was forgetting during setup. We have to set our indecisive unit, our scared unit, our turncoat unit, whatever the heck they call it. So I'm going to roll a die. It's green, and that means that I'm going to put a green mana token on top of the herbalists. And that means whenever I take a wound off the top, we're going to roll Volkare's die, and it's a gold. Now, if had it been a green, the herbalist would have gone away and somehow magically transformed into a keep unit, which would have added to Volkare's Legion, which would have made our life a lot harder. So fortunately, we did not roll a green. Now, while I'm on that topic, let's set up Volkare's army in a level, so it just makes things easier for later. So in a level 8 Volkare's Legion, we are going to take 1 city garrison. So I'm going to pull that down. These are all face down. We don't get to see what they are. We just know what the types are. So 1 city garrison, 1 keep garrison, 2 marauding dragons, and 2 marauding orcs. So again, there are ridges on the sides of these things, which is how I know what is face down and what is face up. Also a sign that I've played this game too much, but you know, there are worse things I could do too much of. I think my wife would agree. I don't know. Maybe she'll say something in the chat. I flipped that the wrong way real quick, but I promise you I didn't say what the heck it was.
Oh yeah, no, you said anything. You're good.
No. I was asking if you think I play this game too much.
Oh. I guess that depends on how you define too much.
You probably should put that in the chat. I'm not sure if people can hear you. Well, they probably can. Alright, that's it. So Volkare's Legion is set. His turn was done. My turn is going to be very unexciting. I'm going to play Tranquility to draw a card and hope it's a movement card. It is. Look at that. So I have March. I'm going to play March, and I'm going to play Swift Reflexes. That's going to get me to move 4. We're going to see what is in the keep. It is one of those guys. So somehow I'm not that worried about the 3 attack. If I take 2 wounds, so be it. I'm going to need to get the 7 attack somehow. But right now I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power that with a red mana, and I will take a red crystal into my inventory. So pretty happy with that. Turn, I re-roll that die. We get a green, and now these go into my discard pile, and I draw up to my hand limit of 5. So it's March, Improvisation, and Rage. So we will definitely get the 7 attack. There's a couple of ways that we can do it, I think. So it's going to be 3 movement in. Improvisation is always annoying because the fact you have to discard a card to do it kind of makes the math a little funny. But yeah, one way or the other, we'll seize that keep next turn. Oh, and I have planning, which is the whole point of taking planning, so I actually get a 6th card, which makes my life even easier. Alright, good. Volkare's turn. He pulls off another wound. We're going to re-roll this die. It is blue, not green. That's right, Herbalist, you stay. Stay strong. Stay strong, buddy. We're good. Alright, my turn. I am going to 7 block gold. So these 2 movement cards, I think we're going to have to take this wound here. The red. Oh, I have a red here. Alright, this could work. I might be able to do this without taking a wound, which would be good. So I'm going to use Improvisation just for its move 3. Right? Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to move in here, and I'm going to cause an earthquake. And we're going to fix that. We're good. Since I'm sieging a fortified site, we lose a reputation. Now, I'm going to play mana draw, which means I can play 2 die from the source. I'm going to use the gold in the source to block 5. And then I'm going to use the red from the source to power the 1 rage, and this red over here to power the other rage. So it's expensive from It's a lot of strong cards, but again, I think let's not take any wounds, especially since I already burned Tranquility, right? And I know me talking about not taking wounds. It's a new day. So I'm going to kill this guy. That is going to be 3 fame, which is going to allow me to level up, which is great. That goes over there. I'm going to re-roll both these dice. It's a gold and a blue, and that goes there. These go out of play. So let me do my level up. I'm going to take 2 of Wolfhawk skills. I'm taking motivation. I had a really interesting conversation on one of my videos about someone who thinks I might overvalue motivation. Possible. I just like the possibility of getting that bigger hand and a bigger play at least once around. So getting that early to me is a big boon. Plus, it helps me move through my deck so I can declare end of round quicker, which means Volkare gets less turns. So I just think there's a lot of benefit there. Norawasa's skill is the one that allows you to add some extra value to your units. So that's actually a strong one. Uh, hmm. I I always find myself struggling with mana with Wolfhawk for some reason. So I'll take Mana Storm. Ambush would be good for if I wasn't worried about if I was worried about movement at all. Ambush is a good card, but I'm not worried about movement with Wolfhawk. Especially I haven't even seen Tirelessness yet, so we'll just take Mana Storm. Pure Magic. All right, another card I like. I like the flexible cards like that. So that goes here, and now I draw up to my hand limit. The other reward I get is I put a shield on top of the keep, and that's going to allow me to draw 1 more than my card size.
Can you boost that stats? Is that about the video or is that something else?
I think, yeah. So my wife brought it to my attention 40 AP. I think a couple people asked me about that. I'm not super technical about video quality stuff. Like I have it focused the best I could get. I am going to try to upgrade my camera at some point. I mean, it's a little bit of a ways off. I mean, for me to really upgrade it, I mean, it's not going to be cheap. I'm also wondering if you're getting 480p because the me on the corner is probably worse quality than the camera. At least that's what I'm seeing. Because this is the integrated camera through my computer. So, at this point, this is the best I can do with the equipment I have. I would hope it looks like a big upgrade from when I had the glare issues. So, but if anyone's like more technical than me and wants to send me like information and advice, man, I am all ears. I'm doing whatever I can to tweak this and make this better. All right, I'm gonna draw my hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, planning didn't trigger. It's 6 because I have the keep, and obviously because this is going to be my last turn, I am going to use the motivation skill, which since I am tied with myself for the least amount of fame, I'm going to get 1 more fame from that motivation skill, right? And those like that little fame here and there can really add up when you're playing with Wolfhawk. So another reason I like her motivation skill. So I'm going to get all my cards in my hand. Might be able to recruit a unit. Wasn't even on my radar. Look at that. All right, cool. Yeah, our starting units over here, we have the thugs, we have the guardian golems, the herbalists, and the red cape monks. I really like the thugs, but the guardian golems are probably smarter to take, so I'll probably take them next turn. So obviously planning is no longer relevant, so I'll put that out. Volkare, his third turn is a green. It's a green spell. So those who don't know, spells basically work the same as the non-spell cards of the same color, except you do the effect twice. So we're going to look at our handy dandy cheat sheet over here. Volkare got a green spell, so he's going to move down twice. He's going to go 1 and 2. And that's great. If we can burn all 4 of his spells before we get even close to the city, that will make our life a lot easier. There's a lot of variance in Volkare's quest, and spells are a big part of that. Oh man, so let me think. Do I recruit this turn and then do a lot of movement next turn, even though it gives him 1 extra turn? Oh, also because I pulled the green, we do have to roll the green die in the source, and it's green. Look at that. I think, especially because I have tirelessness, I think it makes some sense to do 2 more turns and get a lot more terrain out, which will give us a lot more, much more an idea of what we want to do in the second night. So let me see about how much influence I can generate here. I'm going to take concentration. I'm going to power that, and it's going to allow me to play promise. and then I get the stronger effect of promise plus 2. So I'm going to get 6 influence there, and then I'm going to play threaten. So I'm not doing any of my movement this turn. I'm going to do all my movement next turn. Yeah, and then that's going to allow me to recruit a unit. I'm going to recruit the Guardian Golems, because that physical resistance can be really helpful, and especially the elemental blocks can be really helpful. I mean, I really like thugs, but I'm good with that. And then as a special effect, I'm going to play Mana Storm. It says choose a mana die in the source that is showing a basic color, gain a crystal of that color to your inventory, then immediately reroll that die and return it to the source. I'm going to take the blue, and then I'm going to take a blue to my inventory and then immediately re-roll this. Alright, that gets re-rolled. My turn is over. So we did give him one more turn, but that's fine. Oh, no. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I meant that about the spells coming out early, but this is a little closer than I was ready for. Alright, so he's going twice this way. And he's going to roll a blue die in the source. Since there is no blue die in the source and it is day, he does re-roll the green die. I'm sorry, the gold die. It's like green, it's just different. And then the gold die becomes gold again. So that's fine. Let me get out of this guy's way. It's kind of the moral of the story right now. So I'm playing Tirelessness for move 4. Each other card I have that provides move gets 1 extra move this turn, which is pretty big, because I'm going to have a total of move 10, right? Because Swiftness gives me move 2 plus 1 because of Tirelessness, that's move 3. Stamina gives me move 2 plus 1 because of Tirelessness, move 3. So that is move 10. So let me get far, far away from this guy. So I'm going to spend the first 2 points of that movement to put out a new terrain. Alright, another boring, lame tile. But another tile that's going to be fairly easy for us to traverse, which is good because, again, we'll get some distance between us and the big dude over here. This is an orc. It goes face up. That tile is not in properly. Okay. So the orc's going to go here. It's, I don't know, 2 dudes. I forget their names. I do have that little cheat sheet somewhere around here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. It's bananas. What are these guys? Skirmishers. They have the lamest name in the game, so that's fine. I mean, so I have. I don't want to kill them. Nah, I can't. I only have attack 2 with my my golems. So that's fine. So let me use these other 8 points of movement to go. That's 2 was the exploring. So this is going to be 4 to go here. It's going to be 6 to go here. It's going to be 8 to go here, and then I can actually put out another terrain tile, which I think makes sense with my last 2 points of movement. So it's explore, move, 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 explore. Now when you put out countryside tile, somebody asked me about this the other day. I know it looks weird, it feels weird, but this is absolutely correct. When you put out a terrain tile, when it's a countryside tile, you can put a countryside tile either adjacent to 2 other tiles, like this. Obviously I couldn't do that here because I'm over there. Or you can put it next to a tile that is in itself adjacent to 2 other tiles. So since this tile with the magical glade is adjacent to 2 other tiles, this is absolutely a legal placement. Now core city tiles you couldn't do this, but city tiles you can. Oh, lo and behold, we got some kindling, otherwise known as a monastery. I'm going to put this die here to remind me how many monasteries are in play that I haven't burned down yet, and hopefully that will help me like less mistakes. We have a refugee camp, so I can recruit all sorts of units there. We have a maze. It's going to be a little awkward to get down to that maze. And then we have this orc chilling between 2 walls. That is an ironclad, and if I attack him from here, he will be fortified because he's standing behind that wall. So these walls, this is a good tile in a lot of ways, but these walls do make movement that much more difficult because you have to spend an extra point of movement, plus him being fortified can be no bueno whatsoever. So I'm going to re-roll this die. It's blue. That goes over there. And now I am out of cards. So guess what I'm doing next turn? Is it going to be the other spell? Nope. It is red. So, good. Let's get some reds out of the deck, because as long as reds get out of the deck, when there is not a city on the board, Volkare stays put, and when he stays put, that makes me happy. So, all he does when there's a red tile is he looks in the areas adjacent, If it was a spell, he would look in the areas that are 2 adjacent, and if there were any heroes standing there, he would attack them. So it's a good thing that I got out of dodge when I did. And now he's going to re-roll the red, and it becomes a gold. Thanks, Volky. We're good. I declare end of round. Let's set up for the first night. Alright, the herbalist stood strong. Good job. All these guys go away. We're going to re-roll the dice in the source. Dice, whatever. English is hard. Alright, we got 2 blues, a black, and a green. And alright, we're going to put out 4 new units. So we have Utem crossbowmen, we have more thugs, we have Utem guardsmen, and we have our savage monks. I like the monks probably more than I should. That's another reason I might want to head over to that monastery through the ironclads. What I'll probably do is put a terrain here and then see what makes more sense at that point. Ice shield goes away, ambush goes away, these come down, wool run's going to go away. I'm going to replenish the advanced action in the unit offer because of the monastery. Magic talent is the new card in the advanced action offer. Fireball and offering go down, and now we have cure. Heal 2, draw a card for each one healed from your hand this turn. Alright. Here's my deck. I need to shuffle this. So the nice thing about Quest and Return, one of the nice things is that you don't have, there's a little bit less setup. You're not resetting the dummy player's deck. You're not adding crystals to their inventory. You're not adding an advanced action card to their deck. I mean, it's a little bit more streamlined, so you can kind of get going for the next round a lot quicker. I'm on a village. Ooh. Alright, that means I have some pillaging opportunities here. We're going to reset my motivation skill, and I think that's it. So I'm going to draw up the 5 cards. 1, so I get Tranquility, Rage, Determination, Promise, and Concentration. If I had another command token, that's one argument for going here. If I can kill him, that gives me 4 more fame, which would give me another command token, and I can maybe recruit somebody right in the refugee camp. There would be a surcharge, but the Utem crossbowmen, the Utem guardsmen, there's some really strong units here. Plus, if I got the Utem crossbowmen, I can recruit them. Oh, that's a strong argument for that. If I recruit the Utem crossbowmen in the village, that means that Volkare won't be able to roll a green to add him to his army. But again, I'm not going to be able to recruit until I get another command token. Alright, got that all figured out. If you follow that, that's amazing. I am going to take my tactic. What do I want to do? There's nothing that's obvious right now. I already got Determination, so that makes me happy. Taking mana draw is not gonna... mana draw. Oh, hello. I need a movement card, though, is what I need. I draw a card there. If I take mana draw, I could kill those ironclads without taking a wound, but I would need the movement to get there, and it's 3 movement to get there. I could also pillage the village. We'll probably do that. Let me take mana draw out of my deck. It was on the bottom, so glad we took that. So I took preparation as my tactic. We're going to roll for Volkare's tactic. He rolls a 4. Since 4 is still available, he will stay going first. I'm adding mana draw to my deck, and I'm actually going to pillage the village for the sole purpose of trying... Ooh, that gives me -1 to my reputation, which would make recruiting harder. Alright, let's... I want to save that for later. I'm going to do it. I think it's worth it. Yeah, it's not hard to get +1 more card for influence if I need it. Oh, and I'll get that influence back once I kill the ironclads. Great. So we're pillaging the village. So I lose 1 reputation, and I'm drawing 2 cards. Volkare goes first. I got Squadouche movement. I could play I can't play Tranquility. I can't play Tranquility. I can use Mana Storm to do that. Alright, we're good. So Volkare's turn. He is... We'll figure it out. he gets a wound, so we're rolling the die. It is white. All right, crossbowman, hang in there. I'm trying to get you. I'm going to move 3. Man, I have 0 movement cards in my hand. That means my deck has to have a ton of them. So I am going to play Tranquility for a card. It's a movement card. There we go. I am going to play March for 2, and then I'm going to turn. I'm going to want this influence, so I don't want to spend any of that. I'm going to turn Mana Storm sideways. I know I'm losing opportunity for a crystal, but I think this makes sense. That's going to be enough to get me into the refugee camp. And what I'll do is, you know what the problem with that is. If I go here, I'm not going to be able to add another tile because this tile is now not adjacent to 2. So I really need to put another tile in place there before I decide to go storming the castle, so to speak. That movement card's still good though. Move 3. Mana Storm. Alright, let me figure this out another way. So I'm going to play March for move 4. And that's going to give me the ability to put this terrain tile. So now if I'm here, I will be able to put another tile there, which is going to help a lot. Alright, still want to go this way. Just want to make sure I did it in a way that wasn't going to get me boxed in. So we're playing the ruins. The ruins go face down at night. We have to put a marauding orc. He comes face up, night or day. I'm definitely going this way. This swamp is nasty. We got another skirmishers. Like, who the heck wants to deal with them? They're only 2 fame anyway. So I am... Yo.
If you want to wax poetic about another topic.
What is... Oh, man. You get me going, man. Everything. That is funny. I will talk about that later. Alright, so I did March 4. And I'm going to play... Do I want threaten? I want threaten, I think. I'm going to need Mana Storm. I can just get that way. Oh, and I have the golems too. Oh, we're golden. Alright, cool. So this will all work. So I can do any of these. Yeah, I'm still going to use Mana Storm to go here. Alright, I'm going to play, as my action for the turn, I'm going to take on the Ironclads. I am going to play Mana Draw to be able to use another die from the source. I'm going to use Determination for a block 5, right? I could wound the golems, but who wants to do that? So I use Determination for a block 5. So the Minotaurs or Ironclad did no damage to me. Now I need 6 attack. He's got a 3 armor, plus he's got physical resistance, and all I have is physical attack, which is something I'm obviously going to need to rectify. I'm going to play Concentration to get a red mana. I'm going to use that to power Rage. That's 4 attack, and then I'm going to use the golems to give me attack 6, which is enough to kill the Ironclads. I get my reputation back, and he has 4 fame, which gets me another command token that I was longing for. Now, so I know there's some debate about this, and I'm still going to play it the way I play it. I already used preparation, and I'm open. I honestly, I don't take the dummy player skills enough to make it matter that much, but I know it's a thing. So the way I read the Lost Legion rulebook, and the way I understand Lost Legion, how they want to give more variety and opportunity for the players, it seems, I believe that you are supposed to add a skill to the skill offer every time you level up, even when it's a level up where you don't take a skill. There was actually a discussion in one of the comments of one of my videos, and this does seem to be the right interpretation. Again, I don't take the dummy player skills enough because I don't like being pigeonholed to take the bottom card usually, but that is where I'm at with that, and obviously we can talk more about that later if somebody knows I'm wrong, which is possible. I'm now going to draw up to 5, so I leveled up, but I still only draw 5. And that is good. So hopefully we can get those crossbowmen, which will save us some heartache later by giving Volkare 1 less unit. Alright, we are now going to draw a card for Volkare's turn. It is green. So we go back to our cheat sheet. He moves and he stomps onto our keep. That's fine. I don't mind him chilling down here. That'd actually be really nice. My turn. So now I want to do interaction. So I'm right where I am. I'm just going to try to get a unit. I have, oh, he has to roll a green die. Well, there are no green dice in the source, so that's nice. I'm going to get promise. Now, there's a surcharge for getting a unit that can be recruited at a keep, but I actually don't think there's a surcharge for getting a unit that can be recruited at a town refugee camp. Yeah, so because the Uton Crossbowman can be recruited at a town, there is no surcharge to get him. So if it was just a keep, it would be +1. I think it's +1 for a monastery and +2, +3 for a city. So let me get them because I think it's just the most strategic move, and I'll just play. So I play promise, the stronger effect of promise, and I have threaten. My reputation is still 0, so it's not in the negative. So I'm going to use this interaction to take the crossbowmen before they decide to join the dark side. All right, that is my turn. Yeah, doesn't seem to be much else to do here. I'm fine with that. So I was thinking about maybe dumping crystallize, but I'll hold on to it just in case. Might be good to get some crystals if I can. I draw up to my hand size, which is 5, and I will use motivation now because I have tirelessness, and the more movement I can get to get across those walls, those double walls. Ooh. Another option is to, man, I dawdle too much in this game is my problem. I'm really thinking about going to the maze and maybe getting a spell because I really like fireball. I think that makes some sense, but then I'm going to need another, 3? Alright, let's do that. So I'm going to use my motivation skill. That gives me +1 fame. So I got 2 more cards, +1 fame. And it is now Volkare's turn. So Volkare is going to go. He gets a wound. There's no point rolling a die because the crossbowmen, they've already said, they've made their decision. They've shown their loyalty to the side of good, and we'll call it a day. Alright, let me be moved to. I really like this maze. Not gonna lie. Move 2, I can use that to get move 4. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Alright, so I'm gonna move 2 to get to the maze. Alright, I'm gonna power stamina. So once you're there, now everything resets to 0. So if I had bonus movement, it didn't matter. Everything resets to 0. Now I decide how much movement I'm going to spend because the maze has 3 options. There's a 2, there's a 4, and a 6. How many movement points you spend is what option you're choosing. So I'm going to spend 4 movement points in stamina, which allows me to enter the middle unit. Now I could spend 6. I actually have the movement to get an artifact, but I'm going to burn down my monastery soon anyway, so I'm going to get an artifact anyway. And I really want that fireball ranged attack because, again, ranged attack and the element, I have no elemental attack at all, and that's a really nice way to kind of rectify that issue right now. The only issue I have is that I don't have any crystals, but I think I'll be alright. Yeah, I could use this blue to power this to get whatever I want. And the other nice thing is that I have the Uton Crossbowman available to me because when you enter a maze, you actually have the ability to bring 1 unit with you. So I'm going to nominate Uton Crossbowman. Welcome to the team. I'm putting you right to work. Let's go. And when we're entering the maze, the first thing we do is we draw. So it doesn't affect reputation at all. I'm going to draw this. Now there are definitely some tokens in here that'd be very bad for me, and I'm just gonna hope I don't pull one of those, and we'll see what happens. Oh, this should be in my discard pile. Alright, cool. I pulled the Manticore. Alright, Manticore does 4 damage. Now no one's fortified in there, which is good. So if I can get 6 ranged attack, which I think I can, then he's just done. Otherwise, if I don't block him, it's 4 attack, and he's got swiftness, so it'd be 8 to block. Forget that. Plus, it's poison. My armor is only 3, so that would be a total of 4 wounds. 2 in my discard pile, 2 to my hand. So what I'm going to do is swift reflexes for a ranged attack 1. Then I'm going to power crystallize with the blue from my inventory, because I've already used a die from the source, to get a white. Because when you power crystallize with the blue, you can gain a crystal of any color to your inventory. So in my inventory, I'm going to use that to power swiftness, and then I'm going to use the Uthman crossbowman. That's a range attack 6. The manticore is gone. So again, no reputation effect. 5 fame. That gets me up to 14. I'm going to clean up my area. So I was a little lucky in the enemy I got there, but you know, it's kind of it was a calculated risk. And then I'm going to grab a spell as my reward, and that's going to go there. And now we have space bending. Not a card I'm that crazy about. Don't level up. I draw up to my hand size, and I think we might actually be able to get over to that monastery and end our turn there. So that's good. Volkare is going to go. He gets another green, so he keeps moving down this way. There are no greens in the source, so he is not going to re-roll a die. My turn, I'm going to play Tirelessness for move 2, the next card. So when I powered it last time, I got +1 for every move card I played. When you just use a basic effect, it's only the next move card I play that gets 1 extra move. And that next card I play is going to be Provisation, and I'm going to discard Rage because I'm not going to need it right now. And then I'm going to get move 6 because again it's move 5 plus the 1 because of Tirelessness. So that's a total of move 8. So I'm going to use 2 movement to get in here plus 1, and then I need 4 movement to get into where the monastery is. That's 3 again plus 1 for the wall. So that is actually move 7 that I've used. I can use this card sideways for move 9, and let's get another tile on the board before we call it quits. Do I want to put it? I can't put it there because that's actually the end of the universe, so I have to put it here. Because if you look at this card, you basically get 2 rows, so there would be no places. The way this map, I forget what the name of the map is. It's not a wedge map, but it's not fully open either. So I'm going to put this here, and we have another kindling. Cool. All right, that was a lot of good things happened that round. We get an orc. It's a wolf rider. And we get another advanced action into the unit offer. It is decompose, and we now have 2. That's my turn. I re-roll that die. It is green. This all comes down. And hit Volkare's turn. He gets a red. He looks around. Nothing to fight. He's upset. So be it. We re-roll that die, and we're good. I declare end of round, and let's move on. Alright. So, kind of like where I'm at. We'll see. Every time I feel overconfident in this game, it tends to have a way of humbling me pretty badly. We're also fortunate that we're going to day, because once we go to day, and now it's only going to be 3 to get into that forest instead of the 5. So a lot of little things that are going our way right now. I'm going to take all the units away. They go here. Move this little indecisive mana out of the way. Rerolling this source. We get a gold, 2 whites, and a green. Volkare's upset about that, so he started doing some breakdancing. We get our 4 units. We got magic familiars. They are the indecisive unit. I am definitely not recruiting them. We get Utham swordsmen. Big fan of those. We have more guardian golems and peasants. So not the greatest unit offer ever. Probably won't get any of those this round. These 2 go away. The frost bridge goes away. We still have 2 monasteries that haven't been burned down yet. So we're going to take 1 card, shield bash, and 2 cards. Force of nature. They will go in the unit offer. And then we're going to get another card here. Crushing bolt. Fan of that. Siege attack is always good against Volkare. And we get underground travel as our new spell. Yeah, I'm really glad I went for that fire attack spell I got, because I think that's going to make a big difference, or could make a big difference in how this game plays out. Alright, so I think everything's been reset. Yep. Alright, good. Taking new cards. We got Determination, we got Rage, we got March, we got Swiftness, we got Tranquility. I haven't taken a wound yet. This is a very weird game for me. I'm taking I'm taking. What am I taking? What am I doing? All right. What I want to do is I want to. Do I want to burn down the monastery? I mean, I want obviously want to build a monastery, but maybe I should move. Now monastery. I think I got to do it. It's gonna put me at -2. I'll go back to -1 when I kill the orc. I have some movement, not a ton. I'm gonna need 6 to get there. Alright, let's burn down the monastery. Great start. I know, I was really hard to talk me into that. We're gonna reroll. It's a 1. 1 is still available, so Volkare continues to go first. And just to keep track, every once in a while I like to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've limited him to 5 turns around, and that includes the fact that he went first both times. So I think that's really strong. I did take great start, so I draw 2 more cards. Okay. Ooh. Wow, I don't think I've ever read the stronger effect of Mana Storm. That's ridiculous. Okay. Don't have the greatest attacks here. But I got swiftness. Remember, my units aren't going to help me at all. So, I mean, total I have 9 if I need it. I have a good block. I might play Tranquility, see if I can get one more attack card here. So I definitely don't want to try to burn out a monastery and fail and take some wounds. That would be unfortunate. Again, because my units are totally irrelevant. I can't assign damage to them. I can't activate them because you know, they're good people. I'm going to draw for Volkare's turn. It's a wound. It's a wound, so we're rolling this die. It is blue. So the magic familiars are going to stay right where they are. I also have motivation. Oh, which would mean I level up, which is kind of bananas. I'm going to level up anyway if I defeat this guy. Let me play Tranquility, see what I get. Ooh, okay, that will do. That will do. I think that makes sense. So the stronger effect of Mana Storm says reroll all the dice in the source. You can use 3 extra dice from the source, and you can use dice showing black or gold mana as a mana of any basic color, regardless of the round. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good. Let's do it. I think. I mean, I'm concerned about I roll and it's like 3 greens, and then I'm totally stuck. But I could use a red. Reroll all the. You have to reroll all the dice. This is a special effect that can be played at any time. So let me see what I'm up against before we decide how I'm going to do this. All right. So I am going to burn down the monastery. Shocker. We are going to lose 3 reputations, so I'm at -2. We're going to pull a Mage Tower Garrison. It is winner. It's a sorcerer. So he's attacking 6. It's assassin and poison. So if I don't block it, I cannot assign it to any units. I can't anyway because he's, again, protecting a monastery. And it would be 2 wounds to my hand and 2 to my discard pile. So that's a block 6 I'm going to need, which I can do with determination and a card sideways. I have a gold mana over there. I definitely don't have enough range attack to get him, but I could just do this. I like that, I think. I don't want to risk losing out on a blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play determination. I'm going to power it with the gold mana in the source. So that's block 5. I'm playing Mana Storm sideways. So that's block 6. And then I'm going to play Rage for attack 2, the other Rage for attack 2, and both of these cards sideways. I don't have a crystal in my inventory, otherwise I'd probably use it because that's a lot of cards. But it did the job. Doesn't get any wounds. The sorcerers are gunner. I already lost my reputation. I get 5 fame. It gets me up to 19. So I will level up. I'm re-rolling the die from the source. Before I level up, I need to remember to take my reward because, you know, sometimes I burn down monasteries and forget to get my artifacts. It happens. And then we get a... this is actually a tough choice. I really like having a card in my deck that gives me unlimited access to black mana, but that's this having being able to block 2 different block 6, 2 different block 4s, plus the stronger effect where it's you can block 3 cold fire. I always find though, like whenever I take this card, like the math never works out the way I want it to, and I take a lot of wounds anyway. And I just think the diamond ring's going to help me just a little bit more. And just having at least one card that gives me unlimited access to black mana at some point would be is really strong. So I am going to take the diamond ring, and I will probably regret that, but that's fine. I'm going to do my level up, so I have to take two more things off of Wolfhawk's skill deck. This one is interesting. So if I can attack when I'm in combat, I can apply +1 shield and +1 attack to the same enemy. And if I don't use a unit in any way for that enemy, it's +1 fame, so that can be really helpful. This is +1 movement a turn, plus exploring at night is -1 movement necessary, plus during the day I have sight. I can reveal garrisons from 2 spaces away. Again, I'm not that worried about movement. I really like this card. +1 block, +1 attack every round can be really helpful, especially when you're up against Volkare's army. So I'm going to take that, and then we're going to take another one of the dummy player skills, put that there, and now I need to grab a card from the source. I like Pure Magic. I like Crushing Bolt. I like Magic Talent. What do I want? I don't know. Magic Talent, I'm not really crushing it on crystals here, so on Pure Magic. So Magic Talent I find good. If I like the spells and the offer a lot better, I probably would take that one, but I don't. So Crushing Bolt it is. Put that there. This goes there. And now I draw up to 5. So 1, 3 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand, 5 cards in hand, and that's going to be the movement I need to get there, which will make me happy. Alright, Volkare's turn. What's he doing? He is got a wound again, so we're just rolling. So you will see it's red. There is a lot of variance. When you have 18 wounds, like half the cards in this deck are wounds, right? It's like 18 wounds, 20 non-wounds. So you will have these periods where he just doesn't do anything. And then you'll have these periods where he's just rampaging toward the city. The fact that 2 spells are already out of this deck makes me very happy. I mean, it's going to help really reduce some of the variance that you might see in this game otherwise. Alright, what do I want to do? Let me get some... Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up there, kill that guy. It's going to be move 6 to do that. The question is, do I want to just use motivation now? Yeah, probably. Alright, especially because I have Tireless in my hand, so I'm using motivation now. It gives me 2 cards, plus it gives me 1 fame. I am going to play Crushing Bolt just for the green crystal because I want to start building up my inventory. I'm going to play... Oh, that's nice. Sure. I'm going to play Diamond Ring for the white crystal and a white mana. And then I get +1 fame. And then I'm going to get move 6. So I'm going to play Tirelessness. I don't have a blue, so that's fine. So I'm going to get +1 move for the next move card I play, even when I play sideways. Sounds good to me. So I'm going to play Threaten sideways, so that's move 4. And I will play March, which gives me move 6. I'll be able to hold on to concentration, which is nice. So that gets me here. Now I'm going to attack this orc. He's attacking with a 3. I could just have his damage absorbed by the golems, and I have this. But honestly, it just doesn't. I wonder if I can use this for fame. Yeah, let me do that. So he's going to absorb it. So I have block 1. Oh, but then if he's absorbing it, then I don't get the fame anyway. I'm going to kill him in the range phase, so I'm not sure whether or not I would get that fame or not. Let me check it real quick. Once a turn during the block phase, block 1. Attack 1. Yeah, since I'm not blocking it, I don't think that I would get the fame, so I'll play it that way. I'm going to use this white to give me ranged attack 3. I'm going to use Utham Crossbowman to give me the other ranged attack. Oh, well. It doesn't look like I'm killing anybody else. Swift reflexes might actually be helpful, especially if I burn down that monastery. So I changed my mind. I am going to absorb it, and then I'll just use the Utham Crossbowman for the attack, but since I use a unit, I don't get the bonus anyway. But I just wasted that white mana, which I'm kind of okay with. I get 1 reputation, I get 3 fame, 1, 2, 3. See how that 1 fame here, 1 fame there is really adding up because we're starting to level up pretty quick here. And I ended my turn on a blue mine, which means I'm going to get a blue crystal. So my inventory is looking a lot better. My level up is now my card draw is 6, and I have an available command token. So 1, 2, 3. I have 1 card left in my deck, which is that will do. Huh? Yeah, that will do. All right. So Volkare's turn. He gets another wound. So we're going to re-roll that. It is blue. My units are holding strong over there. We are now. Let me think about how I want this board to go. So we only have 1 more countryside tile. The tile can go here. So if he were to pull either a green or a blue, he would put a tile right in that spot. If he pulls a white, then he's going to start going up. The key thing is the timing of this is important. You just got to make sure you never put yourself in a place that if Volkare moved the wrong way, he puts the city tile in play, because you're just going to lose. So let me figure out how I want to pull this off. I'm going to go move. Let me do this. Move 6. I'm going to use concentration. I'm going to play stamina. So that gives me the stronger effect of stamina plus 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put this there, city can go up there. The farther away from Volkare I get the city, the better. Sorry about that. Influence. I do have a command token. No one I can recruit in a monastery except for the magic familiars, and no thank you. Do I want either of these guys? I can get shield bash for 6 maybe. If I want it. Probably not. Alright, I still have 2 move. Let me put this tile here, because then I'll see what Volkare does, and I can decide either here or here for the city. So this is the final countryside tile. It's going to go here. So we have a magical glade. We have ourselves a mage tower. So that goes face down because we are more than 1 away. We're not adjacent. And then we have 1 orc behind a wall, which isn't going to be that helpful. Sorry, I heard something. I heard it playing back from over here.
You heard what? Oh, through my ears?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine.
There's a comment in the chat about the sound, but nothing for us to worry about right now. I'm responding.
Okay. There's a deep hum in your audio. Maybe.
Tell them we're looking into it.
Okay, I'll look into it. If everyone can understand what I'm saying, like I have a table mic which works really well. The problem is I hit it and then it makes a lot of really loud, annoying noises. Now when I'm editing my videos, I can take that out, but obviously it's harder to do that in a live playthrough. So let me, I'll look into it for sure. But I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. So I used move 2, move 4, move 6. I have no more movement. The question is, do I want to get shield bash or force of nature? Actually, both of them are pretty good. Crystallize. Yeah, why not? Can't hurt. Which one? I am going to use, I think force of nature is more flexible here, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to play mana draw. It allows me to use a 2nd die from the source. That's promise 4. I'm going to play these 2 cards sideways to give me influence 6. And oh, my reputation is -1. Can't do it. Can't do it. I have 1 card here. I have 2 cards here. This is what happens when you burn down monasteries, kids. Your reputation goes to crap. Shocker, I know. Let me see what I pull, and then I can decide. Yeah, there's no way I can get 6. Next turn I'll be able to get 6 easy, but I'm not sure I want to give him another turn. So I'm just going to end there. I can do another move 2 to put another tile, oh, I can't do that. If I put this tile there and then he moves here, then I'm done. So I will not do that. This white die is going to go back because I undid that play. This die rolls, so I have 3 whites in the source now. And now I am going to grab 2 more cards, so I have no more cards in my deck, so I could declare end of round if I so choose. Or I could burn down a monastery too. All tempting options. Volkare has red. Glad the city is not in play, so instead of him, if the city was in play, he would go twice toward the city, but now he just looks around twice. There's nothing going on, so he's going to roll this die. It is green. It's going to make it a little bit harder to burn down this monastery. Influence 5, influence 6. Let me do this. I am going to play... Yeah, I'm going to play mana draw. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play promise for influence 4. I'm going to discard... Yeah, I'll probably just call this a turn after this. I think that makes this the most sense. I mean, I have a chance to burn down that monastery, but I might want to see what units end up there. And then I can decide if I want to recruit something at the beginning of my next turn. So I think that gives me some more options. So I'm going to do influence 4. That's influence 7. So I'm going to take Force of Nature, which goes here, and then I'm going to play Mana Draw. It allows me to use another die from the source. I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to use that white mana to get me the stronger effect of Crystallize, so I can add that crystal to my inventory. And then I will call this a turn. I roll them both because I use them both. And we will draw up to 1 more card. Alright, Volkare's last turn for the round, he gets a blue. Cool. So we get a court. This is actually could work out perfect because Volkare now walks onto here. He's going to stand on top of the mountain. Who's the king of the mountain? It's Volkare. And the nice thing is now we're going to get a couple of elite units in the unit offer that will be helpful. It was a, what was it, a fire mage, whatever. I'm never going there anyway. Just pulled it out the wrong way. And then we have a ruins. It's day, so the ruins will go face up. It is a good one, actually. Orc and a monster for an artifact. Small price to pay. So now we just have our city tile here. I declare end of round. And now we're going to move on to the second night. And there is a world of room between us and Volkare, which is great to see. So really excited about how this has gone so far for sure. We'll see. We'll reveal his Garrison, and he'll have, like, you know, the 2 draconum summoners or whatever garbage that I'm going to be unable to beat. But, you know, for now I feel good. There's still 2. No, there's 1 monastery on the board. I did burn that down. So I forgot to put that there, and I also forgot to put this here when I got that maze. So there's only 1 monastery left. So we're going to do that first. Ooh, Firebolt. I might actually get that. And then we have In Need. Cure goes away. We're going to move Space Bending down. We're going to move Underground Travel down. And we get Mist Form. That's actually a cool card. We're going to take all of these units off, and then we will re-roll the dice in the source. I should have another one of Norowas's skills available. That's a fun Norowas one. Alright, so I rolled 2 black, a gold, and a red. That is less than 50% basic, so therefore I only keep the 1 basic I rolled and re-roll the other 3. It is green, a black, and a yellow, or gold, so at least 50% of the source is basic, so that is fine. We are now going to take 2 elite units. So we have Altum Guardians that I can only recruit in a city, so that's going to be tough. Or I can go back to, if I want, I can go back to that refugee camp. What do you think? Or we get Fire Mages, which I can recruit in a monastery. This is magical, for real. All right, very cool. I am going to draw up to my hand. My hand limit is 6, so give me some influence. Ooh, improvisation will do. That is 6. We are going to get our cards. Alright, Night Tactic. What do I want? What I want is another influence card, but I don't think it's happening. Alright, are you ready, my Utham crossbowmen? They are ready again. Fire mages are going to cost me 10. I have 5 there. I think it makes sense to drop some cards and try to get another influence card here, because that opportunity to get the fire mages is really strong, especially if I'm about to slam my reputation for the game. Cooling wounds. Alright, midnight meditation. I'm going to take that. We're going to yeah, I don't. It's too early for sparing power. He's too far away. There's no way we're doing. Ooh, I could use sparing power to siege the city. City's gonna be a level 6. Yeah. Hello. You have to reroll again that black since the current total dice are 3. Is that true? I thought as long as the source would be equal to 50% or more. If someone can confirm, since there's 4 dice in the source, I think as long as 50% of the source is going to be basic, then you're good. I mean, I'd love to get rid of that gold. So, and I don't think I'm using that black. If someone wants to confirm that, that's great. Otherwise, I'll just kind of let it ride and look that up later. Once per turn. I'm going to take midnight meditation. So we're rolling for. I mean, there is a real question if I take sparing power, so I can just crush that city. But I think I'll be alright without it. And then I'll have sparing power for the third night. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I rolled a 5. 5's not available. 6. Hey, cool. We left 6 there, which is good, and that means we're gonna go first, which is even better. So what I'm gonna do is before this turn, I'm just gonna drop some cards because I am gonna try to get an improv some more influence here. So over 50%, it's 50%. As long as it's 50%, you're good. So this is totally legal if I had rolled those 4 right off the bat. But you're saying since I had 1 and then I rolled 3 more and 2 weren't good, I have to reroll those 2? That works for me.
No, but there's 2 more comments now. Interesting.
At least 50%, yeah.
No, but it's when you initially roll, not when you use it. Whoa.
No, that's wrong. I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
Which
It's
one?
at least 50%, not over 50%. Philip's right.
Consensus is that Philip is right.
Philip's right. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll debate this later. This is going to be fun. All right. I'm going to move on. All right, so I'm going to drop 5 cards here and try to get some influence because I really want those fire mages. That's a beast of a unit that I'd be happy to get. So I'm discarding these 5. So once a turn, I get to use that to discard 5 cards. I think they shuffle them right in my back of my deck, right? Yeah, shuffle 5 cards of your hand back into your deck, and then redraw up to 5 cards.
There's a whole conversation happening.
One.
At least half the dice have to show basic colors.
Yeah, so I originally rolled and I had 2 golds and a black. I re-rolled all 3 of those, and then I got 1 black and 1 gold. But I kept the green, which is what you're supposed to do. I get 1 more card. I got an influence card. All right, that makes me happy. Let me do this. So I'm first. I am going to. I'm going to guys. That's what I'm going to do. I need 5, 7. Man, I'm going all in on this, ain't I? Alright, we're going to do motivation to get 2 more cards and a reputation and a fame. And then there's a couple of cards that would still really help me. I'm going to play tranquility for another card. Yes, that's what I needed. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do is play concentration with the green from the source. I'm going to power improvisation, so I get the stronger effect of improvisation plus 2, so that's 7 influence. I need 10 to get the fire mages because it's 9 plus the -1 that's on my reputation track. I'm going to play promise, which gives me influence 9, and then I just need one more influence, so I will use march sideways to get influence 10, which gives me some fire mages, and lo and behold, that makes me happy. Alright, that's a very strong set of units, and now I can destroy this. Now I can burn down the monastery and not care as much about my reputation. So it's gold, so the source gets worse by a substantial amount. That's fine. And I draw up to 6. I'm going to keep these cards because I do want to burn down the monastery next turn, and these are good cards to do it with. Alright, it is Volkare's first turn. It's a wound. So again, if it's green, he gets another unit. It is not green. I didn't. Did I not? Nope, I did not. That's a good catch. What did I take? This was still in my hand? This was my hand, right? Yeah, so I would discard. That's a really good catch. I appreciate that. I already have the ranged fireball. I have the siege. I'm going to discard swift That's so flexible, though. I mean, I shouldn't know what those are. I mean, honestly, I'll discard swift reflexes. It's just like a swiftness, but it's better. But that's fine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, cool. Force of nature, which is kind of useful.
You have another comment about rolling?
I think you keep re-rolling until you take the Adam. I'm pretty sure you take the dice away that are basic, and you re-roll only the non-basic until the source would be correct. I think. I've been wrong before. It happens. Did I? Yeah, I already went for Volkare. So it's my second turn. Right? Right. Someone tell me right. No, that's right. I'm sure I went. Alright, so I'm going to burn down some monks. I'm losing 3 reputation. I'm -5. I don't think I'm recruiting anymore this game, which is fine. And we're going to take a Mage Tower Garrison.
And one more question, Greg. If people want to see your hand, is there a way to keep your
Oh,
hand
yeah, I will try to keep my hand tilted more. With the new light situation, I'm sorry about that. So I'll try to keep it more like that. But we have the Mage Tower Garrison is going to be an illusionist. Rough. My units aren't going to help me because they're good people. I really don't feel like seeing what monsters are going to come my way is what I really don't feel like seeing. So I think oh, never mind. He's physically resistant, but not fire resistant. So he's dead resistant is what he is. I know that's not a word, but that's fine. I'm going to play, as a special effect while we're here, I'm just going to play Crushing Bolt to get that green crystal to my inventory. And because the Force of Nature and Crushing Bolt were kind of redundant, and that's fine. So I re-roll this. Oh my gosh. It's gold. You sure I couldn't re-roll that black and the gold to start? I get 4 fame. Since I did it in the range phase, I don't get that bonus, which is alright. I get 4 fame. We go to 29. And then we're going to get our reward, which is an artifact. Yo. I killed him in the ranged phase. I don't know if that applies. Because I think you have to do the block, but I'm curious about that because I didn't take it the last time too, so I might be 2 fame shy. Wow. Yeah, I guess we're gonna take the ruby ring. Had I known I was gonna pull the ruby ring, I would have kept the shield before, but I really don't have any need for the golden grail. Range phase only fair. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take 2 more. And then if it makes a difference when I level up, then I'll reconsider. But that's fine. Alright. Yeah, I didn't use a unit twice. I killed both enemies in the ranged attack, so and it was both times in the at the monastery, so I know I didn't use a unit. So yeah, this is burned down, so this die can go away because we have no more monasteries. This is a more normal game for me. And then we're gonna pull up to 6. All right, and I am just blinged out, guys. I got I got my diamond ring, I got my ruby ring. Uh, Wolfhawk is bringing style to the battlefield. All right, we're re-rolling. Volkare's die. It's a white. Man, it is great. He has not added any more units. And now my turn. We're gonna put the city in play. Is what we're gonna do, and see what we're dealing with. So I'm gonna play tirelessness for move 2. And then the next card I use that has movement gets +1 movement because of tirelessness. So we're going to explore, and we have the green city. Not bad. The only bad thing here is we got a giant swamp in front of us. So that could be a little bit annoying to traverse. I could go that way. So I'm going to put the first orc there. It is a digger. I'm going to put the second orc by the town. It is a cursed hag. We got that. We got a town.
Tilt your head down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the problem is if I go there, I'm gonna be committing myself to killing both of those dudes, and I really don't want to waste the turns. So I think if I go here and I kill the cursed hags, then I could move in from that way because it's gonna be. I mean, it's 5 more movement, but I kind of feel better about going than if I went here. Well, let me think about this. If I go there, I can kill the diggers right off the bat, and then if I needed to, I can move over. I guess it would be the same amount of turns either way. It's not like I'm trying to heal wounds. So what I'll do is I'll take the blue from my inventory to give me move 5 to move into this swamp, and then I'm gonna take the force of nature. I'm gonna power the siege attack 3, and actually, what I could definitely do this. I can absorb that attack with the guardian golems, and then I could use the rage, which I think is stronger, to give me attack 3. Oh, I have so many units, and I'm not going to use them all. I might. Maybe I'll do a siege in that city. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to get the extra fame for that. If the source was better, I'd be more prone to do it. So I'm going to get the extra fame for that, which I already took that, and then I'm going to get 2 more fame because I killed the diggers. And diggers are out. I get +1 reputation. Yeah, I'm with Isaac. Actually, I'm gonna put those 2 away. I did a block that turn, or I absorbed. Oh, but I absorbed. Actually, I don't get that from my mother because I use it to absorb. No, I'm with it. Oh, it's not using a unit when you fight. I don't know. You guys figure it out. I'm plus. I might have 2 more fame because I definitely used a unit that time, so I wouldn't apply that turn. And that is good. As a special action, I'm gonna play the. Yeah, I gotta get these cards out of my hand. I'm gonna play the ruby ring, and the diamond ring, and I'm gonna take these 2 crystals. I'm gonna take a red crystal and a white crystal, and I get 2 fame for those guys. So in theory, I might be 1 level higher. I'm just not convinced. Leave it to Mage Knight to give you that 1 edge case rule just to drive you bananas. Now, since I'm next to the green city, though, I get to reveal the Garrison. The Garrison has 2 keep units. It has a monster unit and has a city garrison. Actually, one of the tougher garrisons for level 6 that I've seen. I know the red city has 2 monsters and 2 mage towers, but I think once you add that city, and especially with the Lost Legion content, I mean, there's a chance that this is going to go really bad for me. But alright, so we got y'all. This guy, the thugs, the gargoyles. Alright, we got some stuff. But overall, I think that's a manageable series of units. So I'll put this out of play here. My turn is over. I'm going to draw up to 6, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh! Do I have a white? Yes. Mana Storm to the rescue. I will be able to be able to reroll all the die in the source, which is exactly what I need right now. We're going to do Volkare's turn. Alright, it's a wound. We're rolling. Is it a green? It is not. That's right, Guardians. You stay right there. My turn. I want to kill those cursed hags. They are... Alright, so they're attacking 3. It can be absorbed by the Guardian Golems. Now it's poison. If he took a wound, he would have to take a second wound. But it's not like brutal, where actually if it's not blocked, the damage points double. It's still only 3 damage points, and he can absorb that. So we're totally good there.
Philip has another suggestion. I think this is strategy.
Reroll into colors you can't use. I think he's suggesting that's probably what I'll do, which is probably correct. And then I'm going to use the... What is this garbage? I'm going to use... Block. Alright, I'm going to use Rage and this. And I'm just going to use the crossbowman's attack too, because his attack's not going to be that awesome for me in the city anyway. So that's enough to get me attack 5, since I did absorb a wound, absorb damage with the Guardian Golems to not take a wound. I can't get the +1 fame anyway, but that is attack 5. That is enough to get me 3 fame. So that gets me up to 36, and that gets me 1 reputation because I killed another orc, and I do level up. So I'm going to look at my next 2 skills. I mean, a white crystal is not necessary. I might actually take one of... That's magic talent is garbage. Man. I'm going to take Norwas's skill, and maybe magic talent will be more useful in the upcoming rounds. So since I took Norwas's skill, which again, every time I activate a unit once a turn, I can add 2 to the attack, 3 to the block, or 1 to the ranged attack. That could be a very strong skill. And I'm going to take magic talent because I have to, because it is the bottom advanced action.
I think something is awful, but I don't know what.
Yeah. Now I haven't been pulling very good skills for sure. This hasn't been exactly what I need. Some of Wolfhawk skills are really cool. Like that one, the cooperative skill where you can get +4 for a sideways card, and then it's like +1 for each unused command token. I mean, I was playing a game earlier prepping for tonight where I had a +7 for a couple of rounds. It was bananas. Alright, I got my advanced action, I got my skill. We get 1 more from Norwas's deck, and that's fine. So now I draw up to 6. Hand down. And when we're going to do Volkare's turn, it's green. So we ignore this card now. Volkare is just going to go the shortest, most direct line to the city, right? So he's going to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away. So he'll move here because that gets him closer to the city. Fine. My turn. Do I want to? Oh. You know, end of last turn, sorry, we got distracted with all. Oh, I definitely want everything else. Mana Draw and Mana Storm are both redundant. I wanted to drop these 2 cards to get, because they have no point in my hand, and I knew I was getting Magic Talent. So at the end of my turn, again, you can drop any number of non-wound cards you want. I'm going to drop those 2 to see what else I have. Of course, I'm 1 away from being at the end of my deck. So that guy's going to be, this is the big baddie. I mean, the Ultim Guardians, he's going to be double fortified, so siege attack won't work on him, and he's got all the resistances. So you're going to need a total of 14 attack to kill him. Now, the nice thing is he's only doing 5 damage. All of these are physical attack, which is gross, because that means every single unit in that city is going to be attacking me with poison. So now it's a real question of, do I want to enter or not? I probably do. Looking at my attacks, I can move in with these 2 because I don't really want either of them. doing here? I got a number of crystals. I got the golems are physically resistant, but that's not going to help me when you got the brutal. Man, this is a really bad array. I knew something was going to turn on. This game is going too well.
Suggest a spell.
Nah, the spell offers garbage. It's Mistform, Underground Travel, and Space Bending. So yeah, that's. I'm hoping that the spell offer gets better next round. But yeah, the skill offer hasn't been that. Advanced action offer hasn't been that great either. It's been all movement and healing, and I haven't been having a problem with either of those. I think I go in and gain a red. I only have one more die. The other option, well, that's 10 away. Getting to that village might be nice because then I could just start pillaging the crap out of it. I can add physical resistance to the crossbowman, but it still doesn't help me. I can add none of this helps me. Man, those are some really nasty enemies to get. I'm trying to think what else is in my deck. Oh, I think I still have the red spell. I think that's my next card. I really think that's my next card. So let me do this. I'm going to... Well, crystallize is such a joke. I'm going to discard magic talent to draw my last card. Nope, it's not. Did I use that spell? Oh, yeah, I used that spell earlier. I think I live to fight another day and come back next round and hopefully have a lot more attack cards. This is what I think I do. It's gross I didn't use the fire mages or the guardian golems. I might actually try to move closer to that village. See if I can get move 10. Alright, so he gets a wound. It is green. No! Alright, the Ultim Guardians go away. And we add a keep. So it doesn't matter what kind of unit is in that top left corner. It is always a keep unit. It's one of the things that, Vlada Shavatil took pity on us a little bit. And he's like, alright, we'll make something simple. So it is always a keep unit that gets added. So now Volkare has 7 units in his legion. Let me see if I can get move 10. 4, 6.
Another suggestion about an attack.
Attack. Yeah. I don't have a blue. Well, I'd have to roll really well with Mana Storm. Yeah, I forgot about the ignoring all resistances part. It only really applies for the Guardians, and I feel like with my hand what it was, I'm going to get smashed if I went in. So I'm kind of happy to live to fight another day and get my motivation skill back, and then try to get over to that village and get a bigger hand. Because my deck is great. What I don't want to do is take 6, 7, 8 wounds, because that poison is what's scaring me too. I don't want to have to shuffle 9 wounds into my deck, and then I pull my opening hand in the third day, and it's just garbage, and that's not going to help anybody. So I just think this is the
Philip says don't do it.
yeah. I think this is the better play right now. Which is, again, it's unlike me. I'm usually like, let's do it. But what I'm going to do is move 4, move 5, 6, and move all of these, and I'm going to move 10 to get to that village, because that's going to give me a lot more cards that I can play with next turn. All right. So it's a little. I feel like a weenie, trust me, but I think it's the right move. Alright, red. So the other unfortunate thing is once the city is revealed, Volkare moves even on red. He makes a beeline toward the city. I declare end of round, and let's see how we can do this in the third night. We are going to get this skill back, put all my skills over here, and we're going to get my crossbowman back. And let's see if I can get myself a big hand. If I can get that, well, it won't be a siege. I mean, one of the things I could have tried to use magic talent to maybe get Mistform into my deck, but I didn't have a blue crystal. I could have maybe got one, but I'm happier to be in the village, I think, especially because I don't care about my reputation anymore. So these go away. This is, we have catapults, we have ice mages, we have peasants, we have Utum swordsmen. This goes away. We have no more monasteries, so we don't have to put any more advanced actions in the unit offer. And this goes here. Blood. That's the card I want. That is the card I want. We're going to move these down. And we have Burning Shield. Another good. That's the kind of thing I'm glad I have Magic Talent for, because that can be really nice. Let's re-roll this awful source. And we get a white. Oh, equal opportunity source. Look at that. One of each basic color. That makes me great. Well, greatly happy, I guess, is a more complete sentence. And now I am going to draw my opening hand of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, this has some potential. That has some potential. So I'm going to use my motivation skill. Oh, I have to drag my tactic first. My tactic is going to be... I'm going to take Mana Steel, because that way it will give me even more mana. I'm going to take that blue because I think I'm going to need it. We're going to roll for Volkare. It's a 1. 1 is still available, so he is back to being first. So on his turn, I'm going to use my motivation skill. I get 1 fame and 2 more cards, and then I'm going to pillage the village for 2 more cards on top of that. Awesome. And I lose a reputation because I pillaged the village, because no one likes when you pillage a village. Alright, Volkare gets a red. Let's see if we add another thing to his garrison. We do not, or his legion. We do not. It is blue, not green. Goes back in the artifacts. My turn. We are definitely sieging the city. So I'm going to play stamina for move 2. We're entering the city. Now, I'm going to lose a reputation. I'll just do that right off the bat so I don't forget later. And then I'm going to take all these tokens off the board so we do no confusion as to what is where. Bye. I can actually take these 2 off too because they're not relevant to what's going on here. Volkare is here. We're going to take all these guys out. And then I just want to assess what's going on with these wounds, because it just helps me visualize what's going on. So this guy's attacking with a 5, so that's going to be 2 and 2 because of the poison. He's attacking with a 6, 2 and 2 with the poison. I think they're all 2 and 2. They are absolutely all 2 and 2. Volkare's on that village. We'll try not to interrupt him, because the thugs are attacking with a 3, not blocked. It would be a 6. Alright, so that's 16 wounds, which is some awesomeness. Let me see what kind of block I can get here.
Check your theme for motivation.
Did we get 1 fame? Yes, I think I did. If someone's positive I didn't, let me know. Let me see which of these I can block. So I think I can block a lot of them, actually. Mana Storm's not helpful. Range attacks not great. I do have Nora wants a skill, so I get this once around. Just trying to avoid. Now I'm going to have to block at least 2 of them or start assigning some wounds to my units, right? If I block at least 2 of them, then I can take 8 wounds. I'm going to call it a day. So I'll probably want to try to block the minimum here. So I'm going to use... Reds are definitely going to be in vogue. Oh, I also have... Do I have magic? No, I don't. So I'm going to power mana draw with the white crystal from my inventory. I'm going to take this die and make it red. It's already... I have this blue over here, which is great. So I'm going to take this red die, keep it red, and I get 2 red mana. I'm going to power improvisation, and I'm going to discard March for block 5.
Someone wants a follow-up video on your shuffling.
On my shuffling. I like sideways shuffling for sleeved cards so the cards don't get stuck in the tops, but I know it's weird. I do a lot of weird things, guys. You'll learn this about me over time. So I blocked the Autumn Guardians. Yeah, I was actually a poker dealer for a while, and my supervisors would have been horrified, I'm sure. So that is blocked, and that goes away. Actually, you know what I could do? Let me hold on to that red. I'm just going to block 3, and I'll just do this now. I'm going to block the Ultimate Guardians with Determination, and I'm going to keep this red mana because I think I can use it more effectively in the attack phase. And the block 3 is enough to block the thugs. So all those ones go away. So if worst case scenario, I'm taking 8 wounds right now, and I think that makes sense. Let me try to see how many of these guys I can kill. In the attack phase, my maximum attack, so I already used that blue, so that can go away. So I have no more die I can use from the source, so these are the crystals I have, plus these 2 up there. I have a fire attack 5. Crystal. I have physical attack 4. So I'm going to put all my block cards up here to get them out of the way. And then if I can block more, then I'll deal with that later. I have a ranged attack 3. I have a fire attack 6. I can power that with a red crystal from my inventory. And I have 2 more attack. Oh, and I can get myself... Where's that skill? It's right here. Oh, I have this block, and this is bananas. I can get another 5 attack out of the crossbowman, and I would have 2 more attack from the golems if I so choose, but I can probably just use them for a I can get 3 more. Oh, that 5 block might be better. Yeah, let me use the golems to block, because their attack is garbage anyway. So he's going to block, and he gets the +3 because of Norwas's skill. So right now I'm only looking at 4 wounds. So my total fire attack is 11. But that's not going to make much sense. I'm going to have this +1 that I could pretty much assign to whoever I want. And then I just have these 2 cards, which I can just use sideways. Math is hard. So we're going to do, in the attack phase, we're going to do Rage, attack 4. I'm going to use this on this guy and just take care of him, so he's just dead. These wounds, 2 are going to go on my discard pile, 2 go into my hand, and now we don't have to worry about him. Alright, actually I should probably go stronger. Let's recheck this. Alright, let me use my... If I lump the Ultimate Guardians and the Gargoyle together, and I don't know what his real name is, he just looks like a gargoyle to me, then they're both going to become fire resistant, which is a problem. So I probably don't want to lump them together. But I can do fire attack. I can use the ranged fire attack 5 here. It's inefficient. I mean, I'm wasting 1 point of attack, but I think that makes sense. And I'm just going to use the fireball to kill Mr. Gargoyle. That's fine. I need 14 attack total. It doesn't matter what elements I use because he's resistant to everything. So he's resistant to ice, he's resistant to fire attacks, he's resistant to physical attacks. So I just need 14 attack, some form or fashion, to kill the Ultimate Guardians. And then these 2 keep guys are actually pretty easy to take care of later. So I have a attack of 3, 9, 12, 13, 14. Alright, so 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 3 is 12, and then these 2 cards sideways is 13, 14. That kills the Guardian, the Ultimate Guardians. And then we have this, I have an attack of 5, which I can kill either the Uthman Crossbowmen or the Thugs. I will kill the Uthman Crossbowmen because they are going to be harder to block. And those are all my cards. I think that was about as efficiently as I was playing them. I'm going to get 3 shields onto the city because I have killed 3 of the enemies. And then we're going to put this thing back. I do get a I used it. I didn't block that guy, so I can get the fame for that because I didn't use any of my units to address the Utham swordsman, swordsman. These 3 are dead. I'm going to get 12, 16 fame. So 38 plus 16 gets me up to 54. So I'll just take this unit out here. And these all go away. This, as per the instructions on Mana Draw, that doesn't get rerolled. Determination gets rerolled. That's a gold. And then these all get cleaned up and go into my discard pile. I should have 2 wounds in my hand. They are there. 2 to my hand, 2 to my discard pile. and I have to get kicked back to where I came from into the village, and just the thugs are waiting for me now. All right, so that was really strong. I am even happier I did not try to do that last round.
Was the golem used?
The golem, I used the golem to block, and I enhanced his block with the Norowa skill that I took. So yeah, I used all my units, but that's fine. I'll probably I should be able to get through this round and have everything back by the time Volkare gets to me next round. At least that's the goal, right? So I'm going to draw up to 6 cards. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to pillage the village.
It looks like it was activated but not used.
No, I definitely used them to block. It was a last minute decision. I ended up blocking 3 of those guys and not 4, and that last block came from the golems. Cool, this goes away. We are now going to do Volkare's turn. He is rolling again. Please don't add to his units. That's cool. It didn't. My turn. Let's finish this off. I'm going to move 2. We're going to enter the city. I lose a reputation. I can't. I'm already at X. I need to block 3 because I really don't feel like taking that many wounds. So this is block 1. I'm going to play Ruby Ring. It's a special effect. I get a red crystal and a red mana. I need 2 more block. Really? These thugs are going to give me hardship here. I have the 5 attack with rage here. So I guess I just play these sideways. That's fine. So I have 2 block. I'm going to play Threaten and Crystallize sideways. So that gives me 3 block, and then I'm going to use Rage. I'm going to power it with the extra mana I got from the Ruby Ring. I get 1 fame for the Ruby Ring, by the way. And then I have the 4 attack from Rage plus the 1 from this skill. That gives me another fame. I kill them. I get a reputation back because I killed the thugs, and I get 2 fame.
And there's a discussion about keeping the thugs alive.
Alright. You out of the... Oh yeah. I saw. Yeah, I definitely am like, if I can get enough fame, like I'm already looking at the catapults because I'm -5 and I'm +4 because of those shields. So if I can get 11 influence, I get those catapults, and there's a lot of benefits to that. So I'm eyeing it. So we'll see if I can pull this off. At the end of the turn, since I didn't use anything from the imp source, which I frankly forgot about for that turn, I'm going to use Tranquility to heal 2, which I can do at the end of the turn. Before I totally wrap it up, I'm going to re-roll that. That's gold. And we're good. So now I draw up to 8 cards because I am now the proud owner of a green city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, my fame is right. Can I get enough influence? I don't think I can. It's going to be close, though. Does anything over there give me influence? No. Alright, we'll see. No, I don't have a single influence card. It's not going to work. That's fine. So Volkare goes, he pulls a white spell. So he's going to move 2 toward the city, and generally in this direction. So it's a 1, 2. He's going to re-roll the white die in the source. It is now red. My turn. Yeah, it's not going to work. Now the question is, when I play this card, I pay a mana of any color. So I need to play a blue mana and a red mana to get burning shield. And I think I want to do that. So I'm going to play magic talent. I'm going to use a gold. I'm going to play concentration to get a blue mana. And then I'm going to play a red mana to get a spell from the spell offer and put it in my discard pile. Burning shield. Welcome to the team. And the rest of this is just not going to help. So I'm going to play Crushing Bolt to get a green crystal. I'm going to play Diamond Ring to get a white crystal and a white mana, which is going to be wasted, which is fine. And then the rest of that is done. Volkare's turn. He gets a red. He moves 1 step closer to the city. I declare end of round. And we live to fight another day. Alright. So I have 2 wounds in my deck, which is amazing. These go back up. This gets flipped. We are now in the city, so we get that bonus. We get 2 more cards every turn, which will be great. And we go to the 3rd night, which means it's sparing power time. Even better. So we'll see. We got 7 units between us and the sweet, sweet taste of victory. Until I, roll a green the very first, the very first time he pulls a wound next round. But that's fine. Then we'll have 8, which is still doable. This goes here. This goes here. Alright, so we got fire golems. I cannot recruit them in the city, unfortunately. Ooh, I can recruit them in the city. Alright. A little more affordable than our catapults were, so we'll see if we can get that. A lot of red things happening here. We got that ruby ring, which could come in majorly helpful if I get it at the right time. We roll that. Alright, so it's 2 blacks, a blue, and a green. So not the worst source for a night round where we're trying to finish this off. We need to... Oh, I never replaced that. These go down. This comes out. We now have demolish.
Just gave you one suggestion.
Yo. Stronger, effective.
You can buy in neat. No, the last one.
I can buy in. Oh, yeah. Well, it could have. That's fine. Yeah, that would have been. So I forgot the green city ability buying Ashkins. With only 2 wounds though, like I don't know. It's just one of those cards. I don't know if it would have been that great. Or you say, oh, if I could body in need to get the influence. That would have worked. I'm kind of happy the way it worked out in Magic Talent. I really like that burning shield. So yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to draw up to 8. That's March, tirelessness. These are all not helpful for battle. I think we've seen all of his 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we've seen all of his spells, which is even better. Alright, give me some sparing power. These go away. He's definitely going in front of me unless we roll the 7. I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll concede. Is there supposed to be 1 more in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there should be 1 more in there. Oh, that would have been helpful earlier. Did I get any influence? Nope, no influence. So he gets green. He's knocking on our door, kids. And we have to re-roll the green die. And the source, it is now red. Don't hate that. Alright, I'm going to spare power. Let's see how many turns he gets me to do this. And I think I'm just going to drop my 4 movement cards, and see if we can't make this better. Yup. That's what we're going to do. Alright, buy movement cards. You're out. We're pulling up 4 more. There we go. Woo! Alright, his turn.
Nora should only have 3 skill.
Only has 3 skills. No. So again, I talked about this earlier. My understanding of... Yeah, cool. Alright, he's attacking. We do re-roll the blue because he pulled the blue. It's now white. I am going to attend, which means I'm going to flip this over. I'm also going to flip motivation over to get 2 more cards, and we get a fame because I am attending this, and I might as well grab this card too because why not? Crystallize, garbage. So sparing power didn't help me that much, but that's fine. 1 more card in my hand, I will take it. Now, we reveal his garrison, and we're going to have a bunch of dudes. Alright, these shields are just getting in the way. So we're just going to move that over here. We have Shrek. I forget. Somebody tell me what his name is. Prowler? I think he's a Prowler. We have Shrek's brother, who's a summoner. Oh, I hate those guys. This dragon, I forget what it is, but it's got ice attack swiftness, so it's like 16 physical block, and it's elusive, so you don't block it, it's 14 to kill. It's gross. Fire dragon, not the greatest for someone who has a bunch of fire attack and not necessarily ice attack. We got our heroes who are also swift, and then we have these guys who, the ultimate mages, I think, who have poison, brutal, and physical resistance. So let's try to lump some things together here. We have our two swift guys. We have more thugs because they just can't get enough, and we have that. So, alright, it's workable. It's definitely workable. We're going to have Volkare. He gets a blue. It's going to be 1,000,000. So, thematically, Volkare is not actually in a city, so, like, range and siege attack does work. So, if I were to attack Volkare, I don't know, like, say out here on this keep, all his guys would be fortified. That comes up in Volkare's quest sometimes. But here, it's like the battle's happening in the land right next to the city. And as long as I destroy at least one of his units, he will back up. And that will give me a chance to regroup again, because you see that this has been flipped over. So what I want to do is take a look at this. Let me figure out my siege attack situation and how much of this stuff I can power. I'm going to break the ruby ring because I have fireball. So that's going to give me an endless supply of red and black. Alright, so I have as many of these as I want. I know I'm going to play Firestorm. I will have to take a wound with that, and that will go against my limit of wounds I can take before I get knocked out. So that is Siege Fire Attack 8, which honestly, I think I use on him. Bye. There's really not much. I'm not going to do better than that for sure. You know what? I might actually break Diamond Ring too, because I have a bunch of white. Maybe not that many white. Yeah, that's fine. We are going to do. I can get another range. So this, I can use this for a range fire attack 4 if I wanted it. And then the crossbowmen also have a range attack that I can make a range attack 3. Fire attack's not going to be as helpful, not against that guy. Alright, I'm going to use one of my greens to get me siege attack 3. And I'm going to have... Can I knock out? It'd be 14 to kill this dragon. And I'll see about blocking him. Oh, that's fire block 6. Oh, that fire block 6 would be efficient against that guy, which would make him a lot easier to kill. Alright, that's a no-brainer. I'm doing the fire block 6 from the fire mages, because that's going to be fantastic. I have siege attack 3 right there. I have 2 whites, so I'm going to do... I have unlimited black and red, so this is the only die that's really going to help me, so that's range attack 3. This is also range attack 3, so total I have physical, range, and siege attack 9. None of these guys are fortified. If I can get 14, I don't have any ice attack on my deck, so there's no point trying to get ice attack. But if I can get 14 and knock him out, that would be fine. I don't think I can. I think the most I'm going to be able to get to was 12. And that's if I did that. And that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, so let me see what else I can kill here. Range attack 9 is enough to kill the illusionists and the heroes. Heroes make me lose a reputation. So we'll just do that. That's pretty strong. I can do range attack 3, knock out that orc, but I might actually want that. Let me see how these wounds work out. So Volkare, he has brutal and assassin. He's attacking with the 3, so it comes in at 6 points of damage, so that'd be 2 wounds. Right? We have the prowlers is only 1 wound because my armor is up to a 4. This guy's only 1 wound, but I really want to block him for what I said earlier. So let me figure out how I'm getting that other 4 block. Oh, I can use that. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to use all the elements regardless of elements. So yeah, I added, that's 9 fire block, and he's coming a 4 ice attack with swiftness, so I only needed 8. I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna use him, so he is 100% blocked, and now I just need 7 points of damage to take care of him in the melee attack phase. Alright, so Not going to worry about his wounds. The thugs are coming in with 2 wounds, and the fire dragon is coming in with 3 wounds. Alright, let me figure this out. So if I do Guardian Golems block, yeah, so this is a block 3. I'll just block the thugs, and I can assign this wound to the golems from the prowlers. That's 5 wounds in my hand. Nope, plus I had this one, so that's not going to be good enough. That's assassin. I can assign. Now I know what I can do. So he's blocked. Between, yeah, he's blocked, and then I can assign 1 wound to the fire mages, not the ultimate, the fire mages. So he has fire resistance. So 4 is going to make this an attack of 5, and then the other 4 gets him 1 wound. 1 goes away.
You have a comment.
Yes. Yep, just did it. Saw it. Took me a second. I had 2 wounds in my hand, so yeah, this is fine. Why do I have these 2 wounds? I got distracted. I forget how many wounds I had on my hand. I think I had 2 wounds on my hand, so that's fine. At minimum, I had at least 1, so I didn't get knocked out. I might have put a wound or 2 on my hand that shouldn't be there, but I'm okay with that. Well, here's this wound. What did I do? I took 1 wound from this guy, no wounds from that guy. That was assigned, and I got 2 from Volkare. So 2, 3 because of that. 1 wound, 1 wound. No, just 4. I'm just taking 4. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. So I got 1 wound from that guy because 8 of that damage went to the fire mages. This guy's damage was assigned to the Guardian Golems. The thugs were blocked by the Guardian Golems and this skill. And then this guy was blocked by the fire mages and this skill. So ultimately, that's right. So I just took the 2 wounds from Volkare. So 1, 2 from Volkare, and 1 from Fireball. Totally good. Totally good. So I only have 4 wounds on my hand total, which is crazy. Alright, 1 more. Sorry, I took it up. Alright, 5 wounds on my hand total. Alright, so then I am going to I need an attack. The most attack I can get is 3, 4. Well, that's against the same unit. That's a garbage thing. What's up?
No, someone commented about the wounds. You're good. Just keep the hand down so people can.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I had 1 in my hand. Sorry about that. I have unlimited red still because the ruby ring's still in place. So that's attack 4. I get 1 fan for each red spell I cast this turn. So let me do that before I forget. I only cast 1. So that's attack 4. I used the crossbowman just now, so that's attack 7. I can get no more attack. Yeah, I'm going to be resting next turn anyway to get all the wounds out of my hand, so I'm not that worried about it. 4, 7 is enough to kill this guy. Yeah, he's dead because he's elusive, but we blocked him, so we only need a lower amount. And I have this 1 from this skill, and I can play these 4 sideways to kill the thugs. I do get rid of the diamond ring that way, but I think that's worth it, especially as I have 2 black mana in the source. So the thugs are dead. I'm not going to be able to use a fame because I did use the Guardian Golems to block him, so he's dead. So we've knocked out 5 of the 7 units. We're going to put these 2 back. I'm going to clean up my play area, and we'll figure out the fame total later. Alright, that goes here, that goes here. I used all my units. I'm going to roll this die. It's now gold. These all go away. And our fame Yeah, I used all 4 of those sideways. It's fine. And our fame is going to be 8 plus 5. I already lost a reputation for that, so that's 13 plus 4 is 17 plus 2. Oh, I gained a reputation for the thugs. I assume they just cancel each other out. So I go back to 5. I'm not recruiting anyway. And then 7. So that's 10, 19, 26 fame. So 60 plus 26 gets me up to 86. It means I level up twice. So I'm going to take this, and then I will get one of my skills. That could be massive. That's the cooperative skill I was talking about before, where I can play a card sideways for plus 6 because I have 2 unused command tokens. Happy to see that. I will take Blood Rage. That will go there, and then we're going to do 2 of these for Norowat's skill set, which is fine. Down, over, and then we draw up to 8. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, Promise was the first card off, which just makes this really easy for my long rest. Volkare is going to move back 1 because I defeated at least one of his legion. Then I'm going to go. My turn is I simply just flip over my round unit, or my round order token. Volkare goes, he moves 1 step back and rerolls a blue, but there are no blue in the source. My turn, I'm resting, I'm dropping this Promise and all of these wounds, and I draw up to, and actually I drew up to 9. So I should have drawn up to 9 because of my hand size went up. So I'm drawing up to 9 again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Very cool. Volkare's turn. He rolls. He gets a wound. He rolls. It is not green. That would have been really gross.
Did you go over your hand limit?
No, my hand limit is 7 plus 2 because I still own the city. So I should have 9. Yep. Yep. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think he was telling me I gypped myself and I only drew 8. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm going to play Tranquility to heal this wound, just to do something this round. My turn is over. I drew up my last 2 cards. Should definitely be enough to finish this off. Volkare moves in. There is no white in the source. We're going to roll his die. I will not belabor this. So he is going to be doing... This goes away. Oh, I broke that. So the ruby ring goes away. He gets 2 wounds from Volkare, 3 wounds from the dragon, and then 1 wound from the prowlers. I'm going to assign the wound from the prowlers to the crossbowmen. These 5 wounds will just come into my hand, which is totally fine. If it was assassin, it'd be a problem, but it is not. So I just need 14 fame for this guy and 14 attack for that guy, and then 3 attack for the prowlers. So I'm going to play Blood Rage. Oh wait, did I took her? So Blood Rage, if I take a wound, that could be a problem because my hand limit's 7. Oh, beautiful. We're good. So I take another wound because of Blood Rage. I'm going to power that to give me attack 9. And then I'm going to play Improvisation. I'm going to power it with the die from the source. I'm going to discard. Oh man, that's even more bananas. Whatever. I'm not going to overthink this. So that's attack 14. That kills that guy, and now I just need attack 3. So Rage, Determination, he's dead. It's a bunch of fame. I don't know. Whatever. I have Fire Block. I have this. I still had Mana. Magic Talent? So I could have used an ability. I could have played Call to Arms maybe. Yeah, that was a very, very cool game of Volkare's Return. That was a lot of things went our way, and just, the offers weren't great, but everything else that happened made up for it. I mean, I never even used that skill. I mean, it was just crazy how much attack that we still had kind of sitting around. Yeah, that was cool, man. That was really cool. I always some edge rules here. Like I've definitely learned a couple of minor rules as I started putting these videos that people just know this game that little extra more than me, and I really appreciate the help. I am curious about the re-rolling, how that goes. I mean, if you roll 3 and you have 1 on the thing, do you have to re-roll? That's an interesting thing. And then also how this skill plays out, obviously with some confusion, but we played it the conservative way, and I'm happy to do that. I mean, everything else was going so well, there was no point not. But yeah, chat, you guys have been great. I really appreciate yeah, poor Volkare, poor monasteries, poor monks. I'm more worried about the monks than I am about Volkare. But yeah, any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll yammer away for a little bit longer, and then we'll call it a day. Got that in about 2 hours, which seems about right. I always get worried with my Mage Knight playthroughs that they might span into the 2.5 3 hour mark, and no one who wants to watch that. We're just integrated. Yeah, so I have a Bravelar playthrough of Volkare's Quest coming up in about 2 weeks, coming out on a Sunday night as normal. That's a fun one, so I definitely think you should check that one out, and then we'll see. Oh, I did want to mention. So someone on one of my comments mentioned the Betrayal, the campaign. So I printed it off. I'm intrigued. If this is something that people want me to do, put it on a comment on the video and let me know because I'd be happy to check it out. I think it might be a fun, makes it for some content.
Look at the last two comments.
Yeah, higher difficulty, maybe.
That's what the
I
comments
heard, I
say.
saw before. We're getting there. I have to wound up for my discussion of apples to apples. But higher difficulty, definitely, maybe. I
You
have,
even made that comment?
I did see. I have made this. I have beaten Volkare's Return on Legendary once, and it was one of the most epic solo gaming experiences I've ever felt. It took many tries, and I actually beat it with Norowas, which I found very interesting. I don't know if we'll be retrying that anytime soon, but I do think I could mess with the tempo. If you look at Volkare, I mean, again, he had exactly half wounds left and half cards, so you could take some wounds out and kind of put the crank up the pressure a little bit more, for sure. I'm more likely to mess with difficulty level on solo conquest because I just think it's just still easier to kind of control how much time that's going to take. There's a lot of things that can really add time to Volkare's Return. Apples to apples. All right, it's just not a game. Like look, I put Cards Against Humanity in the same boat because they're the same freaking game. But at least Cards Against Humanity can be entertaining. I strong emphasis on can be. I just don't find Apples to Apples very entertaining, and maybe I have a character flaw that makes me not very good at it and whatever. But yeah, I just find it absurd. There's not the theme. What theme? It is what it is. But whoever loves it, man, that's great. It's like there's a lot of games that I don't love, but if people love them, man, I will not begrudge anyone that. And any game that I think is like a big that gets people kind of interested in the hobby, like Apples to Apples, I'm sure has for some people, maybe. I'm all about, right. So it's cool. It's cool. I'm not one of those guys that slams people for playing, more basic games. I think that there's something for everybody. For me, I just know what I enjoy, and obviously, Mage Knight is at the top of that list. Right up there with Arkham Horror, the card game for me. But yeah, that's just a cool playthrough. What do I have coming out on Sunday? I have a playthrough of Scythe. I'm playing Tagawa against Rusviet, I think was the Otoma. So that is going to be on the hard level. That's coming up on Sunday. And then next week after that, I'm going to have a playthrough of, well, Brave Lost Brave Flu. The week after that, I'm probably going to have a Twom, This War of Mine, up on the site. So I'm excited to actually get that featured finally. With the new setup, my original video for This War of Mine just had way too much glare for me to justify putting it on the site. So after several hours editing it, I decided to just scrap it and start over. For those who have played This War of Mine, the one I scrapped was interesting. It was like one of those games where the rats eat all your food early. Somehow you recover, and then I rolled a one and got an encounter that just made everything go to crap. So hopefully at least one person on this chat can resonate with that nightmare story. Apples Apples not a game. My wife is showing out her fancy emoji skills. But look, I have taken up people's time enough tonight. Thank you so much for everyone who supports this channel in all the ways. My Patreon is getting going, but beyond that, just showing up for these playthroughs, to be here, the comments, the likes. This channel has grown way faster than I ever thought it would, and I'm looking forward to where I can go from here. So, hope everyone has a great night. Hope everyone's doing well. Be safe, and as always, happy gaming.